Welcome to Gamers. Is it a bird? Is it a plane?
What? Matt? What are you on, generally?
Oh, I don't know. But today we've got a feature on the new Superman game.
And are you a big Superman fan yourself?
Fan? I've got some of the same powers, Kate.
Like what?
I can do that heat ray thingy for my eyes. Watch as I burn VoiceOver Man before he tells us what's on today's show.
Ow! That really hurt, Cuttle. I've got laser burns on my pants. Oh well, I guess my dignity went out the window a long time ago. Right, coming up on this week's show, Brandon Routh is on the show. Really? On Gamers? Is that for real? Oh, okay, yep, Brandon Routh and the producer of the new Superman Returns game. Tell us all about the new Superman Returns game. You can win The Sopranos and a brand spangling new PS2 to play it on, plus all the latest games. Review, yeah? Huh?
Now, Kate, there's nothing like having something old school in the palm of your hand, is there?
Well, it certainly worked for Anna Nicole Smith.
It certainly did. Let's not go there.
Boom, boom.
Boom, boom. Ooh, of course, I'm not talking about that sort of old school thing in the palm of your hand, if you get what we mean. I'm talking about Capcom Classics Collection Reloaded. Bit of a mouthful.
Aha, and how did that work out for you?
Ooh, it worked out for me fine, actually, yes. Basically, Capcom Classics Collection came out a few months back on the PlayStation 2.
I think this is a tomato, because I say Capcom, but you say Capcom like...
Capcom.
Like capsicum.
I didn't think I did, I wasn't aware. Capcom.
Tomato. Let's call the whole thing off.
Capsule Computer, it stands for, doesn't it? That's very exciting. This game, though, they haven't rushed it out and brought it out at the same time. They've actually managed to convert the files again properly onto the portable medium, because it's basically a lot of old school Capcom games chucked into here. Oh yeah, Capcom. I do say that, don't I? On here you've got 1942, 1943, you've got Ghosts and Goblins, Ghouls and Ghosts, Super Ghouls and Ghosts, really hard that one, Commando, Merc, Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2, other ones as well.
I've got a wee question.
What?
Isn't Ghosts and Goblins available on its own?
Yes, it is. They released... Was it Ghosts and Goblins or
Yeah,
Ghouls and Ghosts? One of them or the other.
Very recently.
Really recently, yeah. But that was a remade one. This is the original classic arcade version. This is what you get, all the retro titles in here. But very true. Unfortunately, a couple of games haven't made it. Final Fight, oh no, I love that. Really good. You could get it on the PS2 version, but instead they have got Knights of the Round in here and the King of Dragons. Now these two games are very similar. Think of them playing a little bit like Golden Axe mixed with Final Fight. So you actually get two more games of that ilk, as it were, in here, which is great. Really good, fun, sort of side-scrolling, hack-and-slash, sideways action. And, of course, this works with multiplayer, so you can connect wirelessly and play in co-op mode, as you can with 1942 as well. Now, the great thing about this collection is also, if you quit out of the game, you can actually save your progress, which is great. It will remember where you were with the game, unless you collect your coins. Now, this is a very clever thing they've done. As you play the game, you get coins for how many button presses you press, or how many levels you've completed, or points you've collected. With them, you can then go into the slot machine in the game. You've got a virtual slot machine in here, and gamble these coins for hidden extras, artwork, and unlockables like that, which is really quite a novel thing. Instead of unlocking them that way, you play a little fruit machine.
I thought you were about to tell me that you get something like nectar reward points or something that you can then go and exchange for real things.
That would be quite cool, wouldn't it?
That would be awesome.
Listen up, games companies. That's a good idea. Yes. And then you can view it in the collection bit and have a look at all that. And of course, you can play multiplayer with these games as well. At first play, I just thought, oh, it's a load of retro games. You only play a couple. But actually, the whole point of collecting coins does make you want to play. It's a bit like collecting achievement points on Xbox Live. Sometimes you just play the game because you want the points. Sounds awful. Do you know what I mean? Have you ever gone into a supermarket and just bought extra stuff just for the points?
Yes, I have actually.
Exactly. It works with games as well. So I think this is a really fun collection. You can play it with others. You can play it single player as well. I'm going to give this 7 out of 10. Well done, Capcom.
Splendid. Oh, you said it right as well. Well done, you. I'm going to give it, excuse me, I'm going to give it a 6. I think it's a good little collection. Very much so. And well entertaining. In fact, I'll probably be taking it to the dressing room to get me over the panto season.
Indeed. And get yourself some cough medicine.
Thank you. Sorry.
Okay, guys, I tell you what, the good news is now we've got a feature about Superman. We've sent some cameras to LA. We got to chat to the game's developers as well as Superman himself, the new one, Brandon Routh.
Superman Returns is different because Superman is a really complex character. He can do almost 3 different things in one. He can fly at incredible speeds. He's got incredible super strength and fighting abilities, and he also has his superpowers like heat vision, blow breath, and freeze breath. So the player's ability to choose any of those powers makes him really unique. When we designed the game, we didn't just limit ourselves to movie characters. We also added several supervillains from the rich history from DC Comics, characters like Metallo and Bizarro. We also created characters uniquely for the video game, so players will get a pleasant surprise when they run into new characters they've never seen before.
I am a big gamer myself, actually. I play a lot of different games, sports games, Madden. I like to play Halo with my friends. I like playing role-playing games every once in a while, and racing games are a lot of fun. Gran Turismo.
We felt it was really important to use the real actors in Superman Returns, the video game, because we wanted to draw the connection to the film, and it really adds to the sense of realism and the quality to have such talented actors in the game.
It was a little challenging doing the voiceover for the game because it's different than acting on film. You have to give a little bit more, be a little more animated in your delivery for voiceovers. So it was a bit of a learning curve that I had to take.
We met with Bryan Singer several times during the making of the game, and he had a lot of creative input. He didn't design the game, but he definitely got involved in some of the creative decisions about adding supervillains and how we created Metropolis and how we brought the likenesses of the actors into the game. One of the challenges in designing a game like Superman is that you can fly through Metropolis at supersonic speeds and accidentally crash into buildings. So we created unique technology in the game which actually helps steer you around the buildings even at super speed. So if you hit something head on, that's your fault, but if you're trying to fly around the building, you can. When we went to DC Comics looking for reference for Metropolis and a map of the city, we found out they really didn't have one. So we went through all the fiction and the history of Superman, and we created our own version of Metropolis, which is 80 square miles and thousands of buildings and really a huge 3D world for the player to explore.
And you can see part 2 of that later on.
What's up next, Kate?
Oh, well, one of our favourite television shows here at Rapture has finally been made into a computer game.
Now, it says here to say, is that Family Guy by any chance, Kate? But, Kate, I must profess, I haven't seen this.
Well, indeed, and you know something, that neither had I until I played this game, and it made me chuckle so much I then wanted to go and watch an episode.
I like the little baby.
So that all makes sense. Now, this is for the PS2. It is very, very comical. Right up at the beginning of the game, it instantly suggests that you've finally come to play this game because you have stopped doing a solo activity that you might be doing elsewhere that might make you not have enough time to play this game. Yes, anyway, this is a really funny little game, loads of things to chuckle at. I mean, I would say, rather than a story mode itself, it's more like lots and lots of mini games which are put together.
To sort of form a story.
Yeah, to form a story. Yeah. There are like extra little bonus modes that you can do and you can get which appear from here and there, so it's not completely accurate to say it's just loads of mini games, but if you know what I mean, the story is not very meaty. So basically you play as this little baby. Sorry, crew, all the anoraks there. I don't actually know what the character names are actually called. But anyway, he's a baby. And you have to run around with his little gun, collecting and doing all these kind of mad little challenges. So first up, he's like in his house and he has to get out and get on top of roofs and garages and stuff. And then he goes to a hospital and gets electrocuted for an awfully long time, which is very annoying.
Stewie, his name is, apparently. We've just been informed.
Wow. Stewie, yeah.
Thank you very much.
For that. Yeah, he's such a little dude. Really, really funny. One of the things about the game which is a little bit annoying is that there's not a great deal of skill involved in this game with regards to how you actually use the controls, because the camera doesn't really do anything at all. It moves from left to right, sometimes it does, and sometimes there's absolutely nothing for it to do whatsoever. And sometimes it is literally just jumping and double jumping and that kind of thing. But it is a little bit annoying because when you find yourself in a certain environment for quite a long period of time, the characters, they are really funny, but they keep saying the same thing over and over and over again. And I would like to have been able to have kind of turned that off or just said, shut it for a little while I try and work it out.
Or a bit more variety. What I also find is, obviously, this is an adult game because, you know, it's very rude and it's got some quite sick things like people being electrocuted and deaths in it and all these funny things. People with their heads stuck in machinery. Yeah, exactly. You know, that sort of dark humour to it. But it's very easy. Do you know what I mean? It's actually a very easy game to play. So it plays like a game a kid would play, but it's got very adult content. So a bit confusing that, if you see what I mean.
I know what you mean, but I think that's kind of why so much of the humour and stuff has been put into it, because it's supposed to... I mean, yes, you're right, because again, similarly, if you're talking about the style of it and how childish it is, it's not very finished off. You get loads of kind of different ways that you just kind of run to the screen, and in some ways I felt even as much as a third of the screen. That's it, you just can't do anything. They haven't done anything, and there isn't any more for you to see or look at, or even move the camera to kind of look round and see what's around you. It's kind of... that's your lot. But it is really, really funny, and I don't think it's going to take you very long to complete at all, but 8 hours maybe or something, kind of have a laugh with it. If you're into that kind of thing, you'll enjoy it. I'm going to give it a 6.
Do you know what? I'm going to give it a 6 as well.
Get your own opinions, Cuttle.
Well, you know, we agree on things. That's good. That's what makes us very friendly. Okay, guys. Do you know what, Kate? Is it possible for our viewers to win things on this show?
Funny you should say that, Matt. It is actually, but only if they text observe.
Hey, don't disrespect me! Because on this week's Gamers Competition, you can win a copy of The Sopranos for the PS2, and yep, you've guessed it, a brand new PS2 to play it on. For your chance of winning this excellent prize, you just need to answer this simple question. What is the name of the lead character in The Sopranos? Is it A, Tony Soprano, B, Tony the Tiger, or C, Tony Tone? Text gamers plus your answer A, B, or K to 63222. Good luck. Remember, folks, this is an 18 game, so you've got to be over 18 to enter.
We'll be back in a couple of minutes.
But before we go, something different this week.
Really?
No, it's the same old question.
Time to test your gaming knowledge.
We've blurred out the title, but what game is this? We'll give you the answer after the break. Oh, we have a laugh.